Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heartland Showdown 2026. We're going to be in the lower playoff bracket here. So today, or this match is going to be against KSU Varsity, who we all know and love, against Pratt. And Pratt, I think, has been kind of dominant, but I believe they're second seed in my brain right now. So they had a bye last round, so it's gonna be, I think, a more challenging matchup. But our first map is gonna be Fracture, second is Breeze, and the third, I believe, is gonna be Bind. So as we get into the match here.
Yeah, starting off on Fracture is going to be very interesting to see from both teams. This is definitely a very make or break map. A lot of conflicted feelings about this map. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. So it'll be interesting what will we see from both Pratt and Kansas State in here.
For sure. I'm definitely on the side of people who dislike this map when I'm playing it, but it'll be definitely a testament to how recent people have been scrimming and how much, because it just came back into the map pool. We're going to be seeing a Sentinel and, I believe, double duelist composition on the side of Pratt, which will be interesting to see. I personally am favorable to the double controller comp. We're going to see a Teo from Corner Ginger, as well as a Reyna from Steve Jaspi, which I think is a very interesting pick personally.
Definitely a very interesting pick, especially in competitive play. Reyna is much more common in solo queue competitive, so seeing it in a 5-stack competitive scene is very interesting to see. We can also see on both sides the all-important Breach on Fracture. As a Breach main myself, I love Fracture because you just get to stun anyone and everyone that you want.
Yeah.
So it's very much a critical key component of both team comps here.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Breach and Brimstone, two peas in a pod, as well as lovers. And so I think that, with the Brimstone, I believe, is one of the stronger controllers of the game. Lots of long smokes and more of them as well to work with. So we're going to see a lot of cutting up on the sight lines here. So on the defense first is going to be KSU holding it down. We're going to see how this attack plays because there's so many different ways to be attacking these sites. So we're going to see a double duelist from them. So it's going to be a little bit challenging, I think, to hold these sites in a classic way. So we're going to see a lot of early aggression and some team plays. We're going to see people playing together because that's what you need to be doing. Make sure you don't get traded out without any value. Going to be some early util as well from Corner Ginger to get some early information. Going to be an early flash. Corner Ginger going to get one suppressed, but it's an early flood. Corner Ginger going to first to fall. A trade quickly after. Spike down, but these going to be easily picked up. KSU Pine Sky with the first two, Scoots with one as well, but AK1 getting some trades. It's a 3v2 for KSU right now. Retake, and Spike is not yet down. Ashbin with a pick of their own, and quickly it's devolving AKZ in the 1v2. It's going to be tough, but it's also a pistol round, so anything is possible. It's Deagle, though, going to do a lot of damage. AKZ with the first. This is a 1v1 now, bringing things even. Can AKZ do it? It's going to be some util use. I like that, staying clean.
Gun here.
But they also have Spike in sight now. So AKZ is going to have to deal with, the time as well as this 1v1 situation. This smoke being integral in zoning AKZ off of taking any space. So Ashbin is keeping them close, contained nose, and is going to wrap. So allowing AKZ to take this spike, but now 30 seconds. It's going to have to be a spike plant soon.
Calling my bot.
And it's just going to pivot all the way over to A, hightailing it. It's not going to know where Ashbin is. I think the element of surprise is on his side right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aspen is just unable to hear the KJ take bomb and run off.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a bit late to the party here, meaning the KJ on Pratt's side is going to have quite a bit more time to let that bomb tick down, and Ashbin's really going to have to pick up his pace once it gets close.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ashbin also not sure Again, is not sure where Ashman is quite yet, but as the time ticks down, it's kind of obvious where he's rotating from. And as the time ticks on, AKZ is sitting here. Ashman gonna have to really clean this up, and it's gonna be a clutch from AKZ in the first round of the match. In the first round overall.
Yeah, as we've seen in previous matches, Pratt, once they get that first round pick, are quite dominant for a while, even on that bonus round on round 3. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Kansas State's going to combat against this.
Yeah, we're going to see the buy up here from Pratt, which is customary. So as we go into the save round for KSU, they're really just aiming to get as many guns out of their hands as possible. But we'll see. This is a full gamble stack onto B here. And a quick flood, some smokes coming out from Ashman.
Yeah, Ashman is alone on A while all of Pratt is already on site and ready. They're going to get bombed down as soon as possible. But Kansas State is still rotating over.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard flood, especially with all of these smokes. But we have these duelists here to deal with this. A quick, spicy shot from AKZ to get the party started. A flash going to be invested as well, but one for Corner Ginger before being traded out by Frozen. And it's quickly devolved into a 1v4, only able to get one pick from that save round. Jaspi not able to find anything.
Yeah, like I said previously, once Pratt gets that first round win, they are going to be quite oppressive. Well, that was definitely true for the first 2 rounds. This is Kansas State's bye round, so they will be fully stacked up here with a gun advantage.
This is the round for them to win for sure. If they don't, it's going to be really painful. Their pockets will be hurting, but I think that KSU does have some good protocols on this defense, and now with this gun advantage, I believe, because they decided to bonus this round, I think that this is the most opportune advantage for KSU to take this round, but Scoot's going to be caught with Util out, not going to be able to do any damage, 70 HP, but it's going to delay them, have them push out as rotations are already coming in for KSU. Pine Sky here going to try and take some damage, running into the smoke, but I mean, Pratt here is so patient, waiting on this high-low. They're not going to give anything, but Ashman going to push out here, be met with AKZ late. A nice crispy shot with the Guardian. Knows there's a second. See Jasmine with a pick of their own. It's a 4v3 right now. 2 fall for Pratt, but I mean, nothing to be found there. TMU going to take out Jaspi in a trade for Scoots, but also going to be traded out. So it's a 2v2. Quickly devolving here. Trades all over the place, but with those salvos coming out, they know where Corner Ginger is located. Able to get one for his troubles, but gonna fall to Ari.
Yeah, and the prophecy has come to fruition. Pratt really, like once they gain that momentum, really just can keep that ball rolling. And especially now that they won round 3, they won Kansas State's bye round. And now K-State is really going to be hurting. They're going to have to save up. As you can see, they're all buying Stingers -1 with a Sheriff. So they're having to go as cheap as possible to try to get their money back here.
Yeah, for sure. Pockets are hurting for KSU, but now they're going to be able to still do damage with light buys from them. Still able to do damage. 2, 3 for Frozen on the other side of the map. No answer, no trades, and suddenly devolving TKM. Another one of the duelists being able to show their true colors. And I mean, it's Corner Ginger left to pick up the pieces. Gonna grab an ult orb for his troubles, which is nice to have going into the next round. But I mean, pick up a gun. I mean, there's not much you can do here. Maybe try and do more damage. No, the shots just won't hit. It's gonna be a flawless round for Pratt for a 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that that Kansas State has saved up at least some money, they're going to be able to full buy again. However, Pratt has 3 pretty solid ults already So it's going to be a little rough for Kansas State to go up against that, because they could just pop an ult and negate any advantage that Kansas State has. So they're definitely Kansas State's definitely in a bit of an uphill here. However, they definitely have the opportunity to fight back and fight back hard. Pine Sky picking off Frozen, who's pushing in hard. And Corner Ginger taking off TKM. It's now 3v5 Pratt, but Pratt is getting pushed back.
It's going to be a delayed plan from them. So many on site here denying anything. Corner Ginger with another. They're funneled here. They're pinched to all get-go, and it's going to be a quick flood, but LTK going to be able to get one, maybe another. The drone there to clear out the space and figure out those positions. No suppression's going to be found. Pine Sky heard here, expected from Pratt. And it's going to be a lot of damage dealt, but nothing quite yet. LTK
right here.
Ari finding another. It's now a 2v3, but I mean, it's going to be domination and a aftershock going to secure that kill onto LTK. And the last for Scoots to give the first round on the board. And yes, guys, this is map 1, so we'll quickly fix that. But yeah, I mean, that's a good map. That's a good round to win there for sure. If they didn't win that, they definitely would have been put at a deficit. Now they're able to buy up. Corner Ginger opting for the Judge, which is a cheeky little buy, but also TKM having a Bucky in hand as well. Kind of an eco buy, but still very, very effective.
I'll make that Killjoy cry.
I mean, we saw those rotations come in from KSU that were so effective and quick. An early fault line gonna do some damage, but it's gonna be Neon versus Neon. Frozen coming out on top, killing their duplicate. Steve Jaspy gonna see a lot of action. TKM dangerously low. Steve Jaspy fully blind, and it's gonna be a delayed push, so he's gonna have to slow it down. Corner Ginger cautiously waiting. It's gonna be a plant coming down, and the flood is already there. Gonna be an early stun to delay this re-clear, and also that Rolling Thunder, as well as the Hellfire invested. TKM not able to find anything. 5 HP. Frozen with another onto Ashman. It's gonna be trades everywhere. 2v3. I mean, Corner Ginger dangerously low. 2v2 now. Corner Ginger with that pick. And it's gonna be a lockdown invested to secure them this round here. There's simply no time to kill them as well as defuse that bomb.
Yeah, Kansas State playing it safe, trying to keep those rifles, because once they lose them, they're not going to be able to get them back. So the more they save, the more they can stock back up next round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's good to have 2 guns on the board for the side of KSU, but again, the momentum that Pratt is racking up right now is terrifying if you are a KSU fan. Looking at the board here, we see LTK and Frozen, but I think that the duelists are finding so much value in the early game, and I'm curious to see how KSU is going to respond to this.
Yeah, and with Pratt, their economy is very, very good. You can see LTK and AKZ both with over 4,000 credits. Meanwhile, KSU's having to not even buy full weapons, and they're all below 1,000 credits each.
Gonna be Overdrive invested. Pine Sky with the first pick. I love this aggression, but gonna be traded out, gonna fall. That's one pick, but you know, Steve Jaspy there to cover up. Scoots dangerously low as well. 2 HP and a dream. It's gonna delay the push though. LTK gonna re-clear this lobby spawn area to maybe opt to go to B site instead. Gonna have to re-clear a lot. Ashman is gonna also, you know, poke and prod into their spawn, but they're so quietly walking over to this other site that only Corner Ginger is ready for.
Yeah, with Pratt losing one, and that one being one of their best players right now, they had to take that pull back. AKZ holding that really strong flank.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were expecting that, but they have, again, are going to pivot right on back to A. They invested some util into B to, I think, kind of fake it, but they're pivoting again, but time is running out. 30 seconds on the clock. They need to be getting onto this site, but Steve Jaspy right now aiming down sights for this flood, but Scoots also here going to hear that, and I think he just has to play his life and find value in this util. Going to be a Lear invested from Steve Jaspy, as well well as this fault line. Corner Ginger get a nice pick, but Rolling Thunder invested. Are we gonna get two with that Rolling Thunder? And it's gonna be a 1v3 retake. Gonna be a nice, snappy pick with the Guardian from Jaspy to start it out. 1v2 now, as well as LTK being dangerously low, but this cross might be it to hold down this site. And I mean, Steve Jaspy just not aware.
Yeah. Pratt is just able to just keep calling and keep predicting exactly what KSU Varsity is trying to do. And with it being on Fracture, once you start losing, it is hard to get back.
Yeah, I mean, this was also an expensive round for KSU. I mean, they invested the overdrive, but you also have to think about the Rolling Thunder invested on the side of Pratt as well. I mean, there are good things from both sides, but I really want to see some answers from... there just need to be better reads from KSU. Pratt kind of deciding to do this will they, won't they kind of hit and then go to another site, hit, and then go back to the other site. They're using a lot of util, so I think if they hold their own util and just opt to go for these picks, it could prove fruitful at the end of the day when they're flooding out onto these sites. Frozen inching up, contacting up here. It looks kind of like a little bit of a default. Steve Jaspy a little bit aware, has this Stinger in hand, but it's going to be Frozen with the Phantom with the first blood of the round. Pine Sky going to fall punished for that util usage. 3 falling 4, and now it's just Ashman all alone, but is aware of Frozen, but going to be caught with running away. And I mean, that little pistol wasn't going to do anything against a Phantom.
No, not at all. Yeah. Pratt was just able to catch Kansas State off guard on both sides, both on A and B. And once they got that first pick, it seemed Kansas State trying to get back just jumped the gun a little too early and got punished for it.
I mean, they were so aware of the rotations as well, inserting Frozen on that lurk, even though, I mean, that's what the advantage of having double duelists is, that you can have one go and fight somewhere random location, and they still have another duelist that you can find value to get onto these sites. But we're going to see...
Yeah, we're going to see an early push from Pine Sky trying to take that space. Kansas State pushing up early on B, but unfortunately for Kansas State, they're just not there. Only one person, AKC, they're able to take him out, but AKC took one of them back.
It's going to be a nice trade. Steve Jasmine and Ashman finding picks of their own. It's quickly a 4v3. It's going to be that Rim's ult invested as they flood onto site here. Plant not even down. FJK with 1 before being traded out. Corn Ginger with a pick of their own, and it's a 2v2. Gonna be Rolling Thunder invested. Pine Sky with 1 before being traded, and it's a 1v1. This is integral. Bomb is tapped. LTK playing patiently. Ashman is so aware, though, not tricked by that tap. Not gonna jump down, because once you jump down, that means death if you are not ready for that fight. Gonna hear it planted, and it's gonna opt to jump now. I like this play from Ashman, but I mean, LTK is so aware. Gonna hear the jump, but I mean, now playing around this pillar is gonna be a sticky situation. LTK is so aware and is able to finish out the round with a 3K.
Yeah, Kansas State very, very close to stitching in that round.
Yeah, that was a coin flip for sure. The trades were there, which I think is the most admirable part of that round.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kansas State getting ever closer to keep taking more rounds off of Pratt, but yet again they're gonna have to save up, do an eco buy, and buy some not so great weapons against a full stack of Vandals and Phantoms.
Yeah, I mean, the heavy weaponry is there, so they're going to have to play maybe a little bit more sneaky, a full flood into their spawn by Pine Sky, but I mean, the smokes are there as well, and they're flooding onto another side, but look at this 4-man flank happening right now. They're in their spawn. This is crazy, and I mean, Frozen already in their spawn inversely, so Ashman falling first here. And I mean, with these smokes, that's gonna be hard to flood on this site. TKM with the pick of their own, and it's quickly becoming a 1v4 retake. I mean, Jaspy here gonna be able to recall, but TKM with the shorty finishing it out. I mean, with a weaponry round like that, it's gonna be tough for sure. But now we got the timeout, so I wonder what coach is gonna. I mean, the coach is gonna be saying.
Yeah, they definitely need to kind of take a step back, take a good deep breath. It seems a lot of KC varsity is on edge, trying their best to do it, try to get those plays done and done well, but they're just too frantic. They're too uncoordinated. So taking this time out, getting some time to figure out what they need to do, how they need to attack, could be what turns the tides here.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking at the scoreboard here, and we're seeing an honorable effort from KSU, but I feel like Ashman has kind of gotten the short end of the stick, not able to really find trades or be traded out, respectively. I think that this answer, I mean, I firmly believe that this map is an attack-sided map. I mean, having 2 different entry points to deal with is the hardest part. So, personally, I think that they are going to try and opt for getting as many rounds on the board before they are on the attacking side, but I believe it's possible for them to reverse sweep this.
Yeah, absolutely. Attacking side is just so oppressive. I mean, you have 4 different angles to attack from, while defense has to work with 4 angles to defend from, and only one way to switch between the 2 sides. While attacking has 2. Attacking just has much more opportunities, much more strategies that they can employ, but there's only so many things that defense can do.
Go, go, go! Alright, we're gonna see Pine Sky gonna re-clear into their spawn, already in their spawn, just flanking to all. I mean, they're gonna be choked up here.
Yeah, Kansas State trying to kind of cinch in on A. They're taking the bait from this Neon on Pratt's side, and Frozen.
I mean, the shots are just there. A lot of damage on the Scoots as well, but this is not where the bomb is going. I mean, he's just pulling so many people to him, one, another, until they fall, but that's so much damage being dealt. TKM as well. Gonna get one, and it's 1v4. These multi-frags from both duelists, so impressive. And I mean, the amount of attention that Frozen was able to just pull was value in itself, no matter if he died for it or not.
Yeah, Frozen and TKM on the Neon and Jed, respectively, have just been game after game, just so oppressive, constantly challenging, constantly winning their ones, being able to just pick off person after person. They're able to just isolate super well, and it's showing. So far in this game, they've been able to just isolate the shots, take those 1v1s, and just win by surprise and skill.
Yeah, Steve Gatsby opting to just save here, watching this angle for LTK, but I mean, that was...
He might be asleep.
Seemed kind of like an AFK moment, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that the swing was too fast. This is the last round before they swap and the economy resets, and honestly, I just want one more round for them on the board to prevent them from having to be in match point if they lose that pistol round.
Yeah, if Kansas State can get that one, then that's a lot more breathing room for them. Like Rosen said here, if Pratt wins this round, then it's only 1 round to match point for Pratt, and that's hard to come back from.
It's going to be Blade Storm popped as well as the Empress from Jaspy here. They're going to quickly take some space in their spawn, but AKZ is aware, and I mean, that turret is there to cover their backs. I mean, Frozen here leading the pack over to A, but I think that Scoots is very aware, but I mean, Ashman's gonna have to put out some early smokes, but they're gonna just dash on to site. I mean, that's a lot of sound cues for Ashman to tell the team, and the rotations are none wiser. Alright, gonna go down here, and it's gonna be that overdrive launch. It's gonna be quickly traded. Beautiful work. Blade Storm gonna find 2, and it's a 1v4 situation. It's quickly devolving for KSU and Scoots. None of the shots quite hitting, and gonna be an 11th round on the board.
Yeah, you can see what Kansas State was trying to do. They were trying to regroup to hit together as a team, but Pratt just came in before they fully could and capitalized on that fully. I
mean, they found that timing and were able to, you know, get a lot of value from that Blade Storm, but it's also just important to note how how collapsed everybody was on KSU side. I mean, yes, they're gathering to hit together, but when you're funneled together like that and they have space taken everywhere else, they know where you are and they're ready for that and they're able to seek and kill. Now on the defense, we're going to expect probably the similar kind of aggression, and we're seeing I believe, 3-man aggression here from Pratt.
Yeah, unfortunately for Pratt, Kansas State is not on that side. However, they would be able to get a good flank. But with Kansas State in that Brim, Tejo, and Breach combo, they're able to do a lot. However, they're not expecting this. They're not expecting the flank. And Pratt's able to get a 3K on top of Kansas State. Kansas State just not able to keep up.
2v4, lots of damage done. These are the Chaos pistol rounds. Gonna try and reposition Corner Ginger. Very aware, but Steve Jaspy, the shots are hitting this time. Corner Ginger as well with a nice pick, and now it's a 2v2. You thought the numbers were bad, but on a pistol round, you can never tell. Steve Jaspy doing a little bit of damage. Ari not looking at Corner Ginger, but now they know the slide in is there, and Frozen with the 3K gonna finish out the round.
Yeah, very, very close from Kansas State there. But unfortunately for them, it is now match point in favor of Pratt.
Yeah.
All Pratt has to do is win one more round, and then they win the map. Kansas State they have to win 11 rounds in a row. And since they lost that first one, it's not looking likely.
It's looking so dire, especially at a gun disadvantage because they lost that pistol. This timeout is all you can really hope for, because I don't know what they're saying, but this is truly do or die. They're going to go to that map too, but if they don't win that map, it is just GG's for them in this playoff bracket. So, if you are a Wildcat, you're holding up hope that they can make this comeback, but it's going to be a hard, grueling one because we're at match point. Every round is your last.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really going to have to buy what they can, even though they don't have that much money, and really force this. If they don't, then GG, go next. But with this timeout running down, we can only hope that Kansas State has kind of figured out what they need to do, what they need to attack, what they need to focus on. Because mental's everything in this game.
I mean, with the gun advantage on this defense, I think that they have the upper hand here, especially, you know, you're seeing that Outlaw being invested. And, I mean, we have 2 of them on the board. So, I mean, if you have light shields, you're cooked.
Yeah, absolutely. However, even though Kansas State is in an eco, and they do have Spectres, don't knock the Spectre, the Stinger. That thing can be dangerous in the right hands.
Ooh.
LTK with 1K though. Pine Sky able to get the trade off.
The spray is there. Trades all over to 3v4, 3v2 now, and Corner Ginger all alone in this clutch round. It's do or die. 24 HP and only hope. Not a lot of damage on the defense. Pratt feeling strong and healthy. I mean, they have a gun to work with, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. The high-low is also there. So Corner Ginger has to make something happen, some kind of miracle to keep KSU in this first map. It's not going to be there.
Unfortunate. That'll be a 13-1 match round win for Pratt.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to look at the stats here, and I have to say, I mean, the value that these duelists were getting was impressive, but LTK as well. I mean, looking at the assists, 13 kills, 9 assists, you're doing so much, not only as somebody getting kills, but also as an assist demon. I will say Steve Jaspy did their best. Corner Ginger had to clutch a lot of those rounds, and that's a lot for one person to deal with. So nonetheless, we will be going to a map 2, which is going to be that Breeze map. How do you feel about Breeze? Because the new changes just came in.
Yeah, the new changes are very, very interesting. I know Pepper and I talked about it earlier, and the way Breeze was before was very, very open. You had to win those ones. It's a lot of aim skill rather than agent abilities. But now the tide has turned to the other side, where it's much more focused on agent abilities and surprise rather than pure aiming. So it. In terms of agent ability, I think Kansas State has the upper advantage on that side of things over Pratt. Pratt, they have some aimers on their team,
Mhm.
and they're able to get some really, really good shots on. But with the agent abilities kind of taking more of a prevalence on Breeze, especially new Breeze, I think it's going to change the tides here.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's a new map, it's a new them. Everything is reset, and I think it's possible for KSU to bring it back. And I mean, also you have to consider the way that the map is set up. I mean, Fracture is a very special, unique map in the way that you have to play it. So I think that with the change, with the new map, it is a completely different game.
Absolutely. Yeah, for Fracture starting on attack, it's just so well, quote unquote, easy.
Mhm.
It's so attack sided.
Yeah.
There's so many more avenues that you can attack from, and defense just kind of has to keep trying the same thing over and over and just hoping that it works.
All right, as we wait for this next map to start, I mean, Pratt is up 1-0 right now. Which I mean, there's a mental game to this as well. I mean, we're getting pretty later into the afternoon here. So not only is it a test of skill, it's also a test of endurance as well, which I think is the best part of Lands.
Yeah, we've already been doing 5.5 hours of Valorant so
Mhm.
far. That's already a really long time.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, the mental is really coming in, and especially in these like later parts of the land, it really starts turning into like a mental battle rather
Yeah.
than a Valorant battle.
Yeah, and I mean the group stage was all BO1, so now we're these BO3s, which I personally prefer because it means you get an opportunity if you drop a map to be able to come back, but it's also so much more grueling if you are winning to have to secure that win. So there are, the flip sides of both pros and cons, but I mean Pratt has proved to be dominant. They're the second seed right now. So, I mean, if you are feeling logical and you're looking at this from a logical standpoint, Pratt should win.
Yeah, they have some very, very good players on their team. I know, as we've seen before, the Frozen TKM combo is so good. They're just able to just keep taking those ones, keep picking off the other team, and then lo and behold, it turns into a 5v2, and they just win the match because of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys are going to have to watch it for yourself. Can KSU bring it back? The silver scrapes. I mean, I personally am a believer in reverse sweeps, but it's gonna be tough for sure, but I mean we're gonna see different team comps from them. And I feel as though the Reina wasn't able to get the kind of value that she does as a duelist. And I think that's the pitfalls. I mean, with these duelists like ISO and Reina, it's very feast or famine. You either can do a lot on the character and get away with it, or you just use your util and it doesn't work and suddenly you're just a character with no value.
Yeah, the Reina was definitely a gamble, and unfortunately, that gamble just didn't pay off. So they're definitely have to go into some more conservative team comps, some more safer options to try to cinch this map win. Because if they don't win, then they're out of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. As we wait for this next map to start, we're gonna go to a quick little break, but don't go anywhere. It's only map 2, more Valorant to see, and we can see if, KSU's able to bring it back.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, and we are back with the second map of the series. I'm gonna swap these because Pratt is going to be defending first. However, it's a question of can KSU bring it back?
Yeah, we can see Pratt bringing back that Frozen TKM Neon Jet combo that they've been winning with so far. And with Viper and Astra here on Breeze, they're going to be able to really lock down the map and lock down individual sites very, very well. But Kansas State's going to be taking a similar approach, also with the Viper Astra and taking in a Sova as an info initiator. And like we mentioned previously with Breeze, info is everything on this new Breeze.
We've seen AKZ be very dominant on that Killjoy, being able to hold down sites, but now we're going to see Viper, who is a controller, but often used as a sentinel as well. Corner Ginger, no stranger to controllers, going to be hovering that Viper. We've seen Pie and Sky on that Duelist, but now it's Scoots rather than Jaspy going to be hovering that Waylay, which I really like. I prefer this kind of hovered comp over the Reyna messiness that we saw last time.
Absolutely. And that Waylay is going to be a bit of a safe pick, because if they're approaching like really tough combat, they can just pull back and kind of regroup without having to waste a life. As long as Scoots can pull off that recall,
yeah, for sure.
Then they can really
that recall is basically like a pseudo Phoenix roll if you think about it, because you're able to run it back, do some damage. We're going to see Frozen again on this Neon, who was so oppressive, as well as TKM on that Jet. They were able to get so much value, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with all the recent agent changes, it's not surprising that we're just completely foregoing a Sentinel on both sides. Especially with that Neon.
Going Astro, guys.
Yeah, and we're going to see an early setup from KSU here on this defense. I mean, we've seen it before. This is the way the first map played out. Let's see if they can get that pistol round, which will set them up for this economy. But we're going to see a full mid push angled from Pratt right now.
Absolutely. It's looking like Pratt is going to be pushing up the mid here. Mid control is everything on this map. It was before and it was now. So it's going to be interesting to see how Pratt kind of handles this mid control and how
Scoot's
reacts.
going to see a lot of people going to get one for his troubles, but two for Ashman covering his back. So now it's a 4v3 for KSU. Ashman able to get a third before falling to LTK, and it's so much value. 2v3 for Pratt, and Steve Jaspy getting drone out to clear out the back of site. They know where they are. Corner Ginger going to fall to his counterpart. Pine Sky left in the 2v2 with Steve Jaspy, and the plant is down, so now they have to play off this defuse, but it's gonna be a play from main, but it's not perfect. AKZ gonna see one, do a little bit of damage. The stun is good, gonna get that bomb halved. LTK with the wrap though is gonna be seen by Pine Sky. A right click from Steve Jaspy to do the damage, and now it's a 1v1, but Steve Jaspy dangerous though, gets the dink, and that's a clutch from Steve Jaspy and a first pistol round to KSU to bring us hope, signs of life in the second map.
This is electric. What a play from Kansas State varsity. Ashman getting that 3K to start.
I mean, that
really
was the game
spot.
changer right there. Those three for Ashman. Can you replicate that every round though? We don't know.
Yeah, that A connector from mid is so hard to push up against. But once you have control of it, then you just kind of have free reign of getting into A. But Ashman playing that A connector, as we see in front of Scoots, was just such a good position for Kansas State.
For sure. We're going to see TKM take some early aggression in the mid. Scoots holding down that line. Pine Sky with a pick of his own, rushing into that connector. Going to be seeing some shots ringing out from TKN. A little bit of damage done by Scoots, I believe. And that's a nice little pick for KSU to set them up with this gun advantage. I mean, Pine Sky, that was crazy.
That was insane to watch, and got away almost scot-free, only taking one bullet while being able to pick off one of their own.
For sure, Pine Sky and Scoots on this cross, as well as Jaspy in this mid, holding it down. LTK gonna be cleared out. I mean, that drone is gonna get a little bit of information of where they might be shot. Darts not gonna hit. Scoots with another in the mid. TKM gonna fall, and now, I mean, it's a 3v5 situation, and they're going to start pushing out into their spawn, you know, taking all the space they can get. And, I mean, it's a stasis from Pratt. I mean, it's going to be hard getting onto the site, but once they are, I mean, Corner is there to meet them into the...
30 seconds left.
I mean, that Deagle shots were just nasty. doing so much damage. Steve Jaspy on this line as well. Gonna be denied any vision, and it's gonna be a tough flood with this Marshall in hand. Gonna see one though. Pine's gonna be hurt. LTK in the smoke. Gonna do some little dirty plays, but Scoot's gonna trade them out. It's a 2v3 now. And I mean Pine Sky.
Wow.
Pine Sky again with the 3K. Gonna just make me eat my words when I asked if he could do that every round, and he says yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is amazing to see from Kansas State. Completely different play style. You can see them really playing in those twos, just kind of sticking together, playing really well, playing off each other. Because if one goes down, at least the other one's going to get that killer.
Sure. I mean, this is the team play we want to be seeing. I mean, this is exactly how you're supposed to play, getting those trades for your teammates. Nonetheless, no matter how crazy you play, I mean, having those trades is exactly what you want to see. But we're going to see them play again in this mid.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. Kansas State is at a gun disadvantage, so we'll have to see how they can react to Pratt and their full buy comp.
For sure. Up 2-0 though, feeling it nice. Who's taking a little bit of damage and a little bit of information for them. They're going to kind of flood through here, but Frozen gonna catch Pine Sky off guard. I mean, all these smokes cutting up these sidelines. It's so hard. Steve Jaspy gonna be noted as his location is known now. Scoots in this smoke could get the timing. Gonna get one for Strubble's, gonna refract, and it's gonna be another for Scoots with the saturate as well. And a little bit of assist as well. A 4v3 now for KSU.
Yeah, turning ties towards KSU here, they are in a very, very strong position. They're able to really be pushing back against Pratt, even though Pratt had the gun advantage. Now, Kansas State has a man advantage, so we'll really have to see how this goes.
I mean, Ashman here with only a deagle to his name. The wall is going to come up. That's going to be a little bit of information. Scoot still diligently holding down the line for mid, but the rotations are there. I mean, this push is red. I mean, they're going to meet so much resistance as this plank goes down. The dash in for the Scoots. LTK going to get one for his troubles. LTK with another. And I mean, this is what we're talking about. These multi-frags completely change the game, and suddenly it's not a man advantage anymore. It's a 2v3 retake. Scoots dangerously low, and I mean, I don't know if this causing divide is something you want to swing into. 3K for LTK. And Ashman all alone, 1v3, maybe a fourth, but AKZ gonna be the one to meet him. But it's a cross. This is a crazy cross. Oh, Ashman won!
Oh, Ashman!
Crazy drive-by. Yeah. I mean,
getting the one, almost getting the two. They're really gonna have to push, but it does not come to fruition. Ariev coming out and finishing the round, giving Pratt their first round win.
I mean, Ashman there going down with the fight is just beautiful work. They were on that bonus, so now their econ is a little bit okay. We see Corner Ginger having to full buyouts. 0 credits to his name after this, but AKZ as well with the Guardian. I mean, they have the gun advantage, but also, I mean, each team gonna have to be investing into this round, so.
Absolutely. On the economy side, it's kind of even, but Kansas State has just enough to keep those that full buy comp. So they'll definitely have the gun advantage in this scenario. But knowing Pratt,
AKZ
that
with
may
the
not
first
matter.
pick, you're gonna get traded out by Scoots. Gonna be a gun advantage there, I believe, but now it's even 4v4, the equalizer. I mean, Ashman still not cleared out backside, not able to find much. Gonna be falling to Frozen, who knows his location. Gonna slide in. Frozen taking this space now. It's gonna be harder to flood onto the site. I mean, bomb is ticking. Now it's a 3v4, and the drone is gonna be seen doing so much damage. They're pre-firing this Frozen with one, but the trade gonna happen. And Frozen 4K.
4K. Wow, what a play from Frozen. Just holding that angle, just completely stopping Kansas State from getting onto that site.
I mean, it's also not just Frozen, but the teammates as well, being able to catch out his teammates, you know, calm these locations in Frozen. It's just being told to go and kill people. That's exactly what you do as a duelist, and I mean, it's not value as in finding information, but what you do with it.
Yeah, the role of the duelist really is to just get on and kill. It doesn't matter if you die, but they're not dying on the side of Pratt. They're just able to keep killing.
For sure, we're going to see an early dart not gonna find anything. Steve, Jaspy, and 3 gonna be droning out into their spawn, looking for some kind of flank, but this is an early mid push, and we're gonna be met with Corner Ginger with, I think, only, a bandit to his name, so they're gonna give this. It's gonna be a first pick for AKZ, traded out by Scoots with the Deagle. TKM gonna opt to take this space into their spawn, but look at this. They're in their spawn, but I mean, there's no timing here. Corner Ginger, though, with the bandit, gonna be able to find one for his troubles, but Frozen with the better gun, gonna punish that. 3v3 now. Convergent Paths and Cosmic Divide online, but Pine Sky taken out. It's not the time to be investing them, but instead, I mean, they have a gun now. Stun not gonna be there, but the spams with the smokes. A nice swing to the smoke from Scoot's gonna get one, and LTK there to answer as well as Frozen. I mean,
yeah, for Kansas State, taking out 3 while on a Thrifty is quite a feat. They did really well, being able to pick off some of Pratt, and Pratt is now going to be hurting a little bit on the economy side on a couple of their players, and Kansas State is still able to full buy here.
Yeah, for sure, but K-State is also, pockets are hurting here. I mean, this round, if they don't win it, it's going to be detrimental to their economy. So we're really hoping, if you're a KSU Wildcat, that they win this one out, or it's going to be a sus buy in the next round. We're going to hear that drone early. We've got 2 covering mid here, but Corner Ginger going to reposition, spamming them out. They're already flying out of sight. Corner Ginger with 1. The wall going to, delay any sort of punishment. Scoots with that crazy dink. It's going to be a 5v3 retake, and a Convergent Paths, maybe? It's going to be first Hunter's Fury invested here, dashing on. Hunter's Fury going to tag LTK, though, punishing Pine Sky for that aggression. Corner Ginger trading them out. Cosmic Divide also invested by LTK. 2v4, but it's going to help them out here. But, I mean, Ari falling as well as Scoots. That Cosmic Divide, a little sus when there's only one other person to help you out in that defending spike.
Yeah, seeing both Ashas use their ultimates there, walling off the site in 2 different directions, completely split A up into 4 different quadrants. And with that, Kansas State was actually able to very easily play off of those different quadrants and wipe out Pratt and defuse the bomb there.
I mean, yeah, seeing Scoots have the discipline not to invest that Convergent Paths, although it would have definitely secured them the round, is a little bit of discipline, and now this ult economy that you're seeing, it keeps them in the game, but Convergent Paths is going to be early invested here, it looks like, but I think they want to play off of contact first. LTK gonna show some presence, but I mean, I like that we're not gonna invest this. I mean, I like to say do not predict, just play off of information, and they have none right now, so the Convergent Paths would be a little bit overzealous right now. They're just calmly waiting. Corner Ginger in this nice little position, Frozen, slowly inching onto sight through mid, which is not covered whatsoever, but Corner Ginger has this line of sight. Wall gonna be coming up, has no vision whatsoever. Toxic Screen gonna be put up. I mean, but they're just slowly lurking, and I mean, there's the information now. TKM on site, ready to dash away, gonna fight up, and Steve Jaspy is there, a lot of damage, and that's gonna be the Viper's Pit invested as well for Pratt to secure them this round. It's gonna be a 5v5 retake, folks. Expect a lot of chaos, a lot of trades as they try and retake this site. It's going to be a first pick for Steve Jaspy. 2 for Steve Jaspy. Going to be a dart to get some information. Going to be seeing overdrive as well. 16 HP though. It's going to be a dangerous feat. And that Molly snakebite going to kill Pine Sky. Wait, that's his own teammate. Ari going to get one of their own. Jaspy trying to diffuse, but I mean, Corner Ginger taking out the Viper. So Hunter's Fury going to finish out the round. And I mean, just beautiful, beautiful plays from Pratt.
Yeah, absolutely. That Viper's Pit ult is such a good ult to place on an active bomb, especially since it starts whittling away at the enemy's HP. And with Kansas State already kind of hurting, that Viper's Pit was just killer. As we saw with Pine Sky there, they were already low, and with a Molly and Viper Spit, they stood no chance of trying to push in.
I mean, this was very tragic. We saw Pine Sky invest that overdrive and die to his own teammate's Molly.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate.
Now we're going to hear the overdrive of Frozen invested here running in. Scoot's going to fall. No damage going to be done. Oh, and we're spraying bodies. Okay, that's
a little disrespectful.
Gonna pick up this Guardian for his troubles. It's going to be a 4v5 retake. Bladestorm popped from TKN, so a lot to account for. This is a save round, but Frozen is aware. Oh, what a dink. Gonna be caught with his iPad out, but Pine Sky there to cover his body. Pine Sky gonna take a little damage. TKM gonna get that kill. AKZ with one on the corner Ginger, but Pine Sky still alive, still kicking.
Yeah, still able to keep taking those guns away from Pratt. The more he takes away, the better off KC would be.
Oh, the wall spam.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that wall is very wall bangable, and so Pratt, knowing exactly where Pine Sky was able to just spray it and finish that round.
They're going to throw that gun away because they can buy up here. And I mean, this is the timeout that we're waiting for here. Now it's 3v5. It's doable. 2 rounds is nothing when you've already won 3. But once more, you do not want to be the deficit against Pratt. You need that momentum to bring you to that 3rd map. And I mean, we've seen some really great things, but think about the ults invested right now from KSU and the value from it. Not matching, but we have this Viper's Pit online, and I think that can do a lot in terms of delaying any kind of push.
Absolutely. It's looking like Kansas State might be popping this Viper's Pit on the entrance to B, which will very effectively negate a B push from Pratt here. But that is the only ult, and as we can see on the economies here, Kansas State is really hurting, but Pratt is starting to kind of run away with their economy. I mean, we can take a look at LTK here. They're able to full buy, probably full util, and they still have 5850 credits. They have a lot available to them, while Kansas State is hurting. So Kansas State needs to win some rounds in a row to really start pulling back and pushing up against Pratt here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the round they invest this Viper's Pit. I don't think it's worth it on a save. But for sure, they need to be considering how much value they're getting. An early dart from Pratt to clear out this mid space, but Scoot's on this line with a deagle. Gonna opt to, you know, not fight that, which I agree with. I mean, this gun advantage is daunting to deal with. We're gonna hear a lot of running, a lot of sounds in the mid. Pine Sky opting to take some space in the spawn as well. TKM very aware, gonna win that gunfight with that Vandal. Corner Ginger and a sneaky little rat spot. Not sure if he's gonna be cleared out by Ashpin here. Not known. It's going to be a quiet little dink. Nice. And that's a free gun for Ashpin. Beautiful work. And that's going to be a 3v4 retake. But getting that gun in your hand is going to be nice because it's going to have to drop down to grab it. I don't know why the gun quite dropped there. But Pine Sky as well matching it. Frozen. Another on the Scoots, and now it's a 2v4. Go. I personally would take that gun and go if I'm Ashpin, but Frozen opting to keep running in. Gonna get one for his troubles, and then a 3K. Pine Sky able to trade out, but it's still a 1v3. So, I mean, time is ticking. There's not enough time to kill all 3 as well as defuse the bomb. So, take the gun, pad the economy a little bit, and run away.
Yeah, looking like Pine Sky is going to try to do its best to pick off any more of Pratt, but Pratt, being out of the way, won't be losing any more members.
Fight till the end, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, now we're buying up here, and I think this is the round for KSU to win and take back some of this momentum. They're down 3 rounds, but they can take another 3 if they really want to. They have this Viper's Pit online. I want to look and see. I mean, looking at the ult economy here, I mean, nothing they can really do in terms of fighting for these ult orbs this round. But again, Pine Sky has found a lot of success taking early aggression and just fighting them. So I'm expecting to see them fighting together in this mid space, going down into this connector area. Ashman gonna smoke himself off, and it's just gonna be seen by TKM. That is so tragic to be in that righty position and just get caught out. A lot of damage being dealt. But it's a 4v5, and Jaspy gonna be caught out. Ginger with the trade, though.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide gonna be invested. One for Pine Sky before it comes up, but knows where that second person is. Scoot's gonna fall. None wiser. TKM on this line gonna dash away. I mean, 1 HP from Pine Sky. It's looking dire for KSU. I mean, they weren't able to capitalize much off of anything, and everyone is looking at Corner Ginger right now. Able to find one, though. That's a 1v2, and not able to find another before falling.
Unfortunate. And TKM being able to leave with only 7 HP. A little rough to see.
For sure. I mean, that was definitely the round for them to win. I would have liked to see a Viper's Pit invested there. We're seeing, again, a little bit of a broken buy coming out, but it's now a save. It's now a save. I like this, but I would have preferred, you know, on their buy round, I would have liked to see that Viper's Pit.
Yeah, Kansas State has the opportunity to gain at least 1 ult, maybe even 3, while Pratt only has 1 ult to use and probably will not be getting a second.
Oh, that's a lot of people. Corner Ginger with the first pick. The stun's going to be coming out, though, to delay this aggression from KSU. Corner Ginger on the line. Pine Sky wanting to get aggressive, but these smokes are sus to play through. So it's going to be who swings who. And it looks like Pine Sky is just biting at the bit. They're going to run through. Frozen going to have to deal with this aggression. Doing a lot of damage. Ashton and Pine Sky respectively getting some. But AKZ with the trades. 3v2 for KSU. The numbers are looking good, but this lurk from LTK on the B side is kind of nasty. And it might catch them off guard in this mid space. Who knows?
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to watch as AKZ and LTK kind of start cinching in. Corner Ginger, is he aware? Is he aware? He is not. However, Ashman is ready, and now it's a 3v1 from a Thrifty. Not being able to full buy, only be able to buy a little bit here and there. 2 3K, all fully equipped. Looks like Kansas State might be having a turn for the better.
AKZ with this lurk, though. Oh! Gets the one. Ashman falling to it, none the wiser. Noble effort, but ew, 3K. And it's going to be D-goals and a Thrifty for Corner Gingers. Very, very rocky ending to that round, but at the end of the day, KSU was able to finish it out.
Yeah, KSU very, very close to losing that. However, Corner Ginger being able to cinch that round win and get Kansas State some better economy. Looking like, because of that round win, K-State is able to full buy here with some extra amongst other members, like Corner Ginger, who was still alive at the end of that last round. And Pratt, even with their full buy, they're now starting to dwindle in their economy. Yeah, it is crazy how quick
it's gonna
the
be
tides can turn.
Overdrive invested here by Frozen. They really want this round. Gonna get one, but taken down for his troubles. Pine Sky with one. Corner Ginger covering him. LTK gonna fall as well. This is exactly what you want to see from their duelist. Corner Ginger and Pine Sky just popping off this time. And I mean, what can AKZ do here? They're gonna spam through the smoke. Pine Sky 1 HP gonna pick up that gun. A nice little upgrade from the judge. But I mean, at this point, this round is pretty much lost, but I mean, Pine's kind of dangerously low, so maybe you can 1v3.1.
Yeah, we'll leave that at that. But Kansas State, in a 4v1 situation, it puts them in a very, very good position. All they have to do is just kind of sit back and let the round finish.
With the util out, Ashman able to punish it. And AKZ, I mean, he was aware of the neon placement, but now we are swapping sides. It's a new economy, and it's only up 2 rounds, so
yeah, that's a very, very good position from Kansas State. Losing map 1, but only being down 2 rounds, which can very quickly turn back around. If they win pistol and they win their buy, then they're now tied again.
I'm just so sad we didn't get to see that Viper's Pit from Corner Ginger.
Yeah, same here. But it might have just been a case of trying to wait for the perfect moment, but that perfect moment never came. But within that last 2 rounds, Kansas State was oppressive enough that they didn't really need it.
Yeah, I mean, if Pine Sky is getting 3 for funsies, it's really not necessary. But now we're going to see some early aggression from Frozen. I believe going to run down mid here. Going to be an early dart. Pine Sky also taking some space mid, but it's going to be Frozen, but it's Pine Sky coming out on top, killing his counterpart. LTK with the trade, though. LTK with another. Scooch trading them out. It's a 3v3. Scoot's gonna give back that space, and now there's 3 in mid, but if they aren't careful, if they don't speed up, they're going to be pinched here. So they have to get onto site and take this B. I like this play, but I mean, they have so much to clear still. Nonetheless, and I like the way that Pratt is playing this. They're not too aggressive. They're being cautious. They're waiting for, you know, KSU to make a mistake rather than let them just kill them in a trade for the site. So AKZ playing off here, opting to stay careful, but TKM on the flank. This timing is insane. They need to be on the side, but TKM, it's a pinch. It's a full-on pinch there. They're ready for it. Another for TKM. A trade for Scoots, but 26 HP. It's going to be hard. And the dart there as well for information and scene. It's such a tough spot for Scoots to be in. Going to jump up, but TKM with the 3K. That lurk finding its value.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I saw last map, once Pratt wins that pistol round, they have a pretty high chance of keeping some momentum going. So Kansas State's really have to fight back. I would not be surprised if they do buy up. Scoots buying a Bucky, I'm not too surprised about that. Scoots being able to do that recall might be able to get in, get a pick, and be able to pull back without consequence.
Yeah, for sure. The only downside is you've taken all that space, but then you recall and suddenly it's all gone.
Absolutely. But if his team is able to pull back, Scoots almost cinching that kill. Steve Jasty pushing in, getting a kill on Frozen, but TKM
Spike down,
able to trade back. It is now a 2v4 for Kansas State.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough round for them. TKM, they're getting 2. It's insane. Now 4. It can be an ace, perhaps, with the reload. The concuss also there, and I would not give it to them. I mean, poor TKM. Almost an ace, but Stinky Ari going to just deny it.
Yeah. And in competition things like this, securing the ace is not as important as securing the round. So they did not want to play around. They want to lose any rifles, any guns. Smart move by Pratt.
Yeah, for sure. 4 rounds down right now, but it's not anything worrying quite yet for KSU. They just need to make sure that they don't reach that double digits number. That's where things start getting a little frisky, but Pine Sky has been finding a lot of value, so I'm curious to see. I mean, Frozen taking that damage, that space mid though. Pine Sky dashing onto site through that. There's just so many smokes everywhere. You can't see anything. LTK gonna find 2. Corner Ginger got traded out though. It's gonna be 1 for Pine Sky. It's a 2v3 now. Plant not down yet though. And TKM on the flank once more. We've seen this film before. Ari, the smoke is gonna fall, and Ari's gonna come out on top. Now it's a 2v2. Things are even. TKM, and now it's a 1v2. Corner Ginger with the timing is gonna find the clutch.
2 for a 3K, clutching out the round. What a upset! Pratt, now losing all the rifles, is able to buy up and match K-State. However, K-State losing 4 members, it's going to hurt them a little bit in their buy. As you can see, 2 of them have to buy a light shield, 1 of them a regen, and the other person who did not die is getting full shield but is succumbing to a lesser buy with the judge.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very sus buy from KSU. It's not very strong. So despite them being able to come back a little bit, they're still at a deficit here against Pratt.
Absolutely. The tides are turning. We're going to have to see how Kansas State reacts to this. It seems they're doing a bit of a default, trying to gain some info, get some picks off.
My ultimate is ready.
Looks like we might have some contact over here on A site. But Scoots and Steve Jaspi pulling off. It looks like they're going to be regrouping off towards B. Kansas State figuring out there are less people over on the B site. And less of those key members. However,
Oh, a little bit of
Frozen
contact. Frozen
getting
gonna
one.
be traded out. I mean, 4v4 now. Bladestorm online for Pratt could be useful in this retake. Pine Sky just dashing, and again, so many smokes denying anything. But ATK has an interesting line of sight here for denying this plant. I mean, sounds are gonna be heard. They have a little bit of information of where Pratt is. Pine Sky only has this judge, so it's going to be hard to use. And I mean, shots fired. We know what kind of guns they're using now. It's going to be hard. Bladestorm popped now. Pine Sky on this angle. Going to not find anything. I mean, trades now 3 for 3. Going to be Cosmic Divide invested. AKZ falling to Steve Jaspy. 2v3. I've seen this film before, but LTK 3K for them, and now it's a 1v2. LTK, it's going to be a defuse tapped, but Ashman able to get that one, but the spray is just not there, and the defuse finishes.
Yeah, very, very close round for Kansas State, but unfortunately, just barely not getting it. And with 6 seconds left on that bomb, all Kansas State had to do was just stall for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again, but LTK proving so dominant. And I mean, I feel like that Cosmic Divide was a little bit sus, but they were able to play off of it. But I mean, the tricky thing is that when you're putting up those stars, when you're putting up that Cosmic Divide, it puts you in a very vulnerable position, which I thought was very scary. When you're already actively fighting them, they could swing on you as you're putting that, but was not punished. So another round on the board for Pratt. We're going to take that early space once more. Pine Sky dashing, and we've seen this from both Pratt and KSU this play, but Frozen is there with better guns. Scoot's going to put that Saturate down, but LTK going to shut that down. All the space taken, but it's met with resistance, and Pratt just a bloodbath. Steve Jaspy won with the deagle, but none of the shots hitting, and LTK with the last blood. I mean, this is just so oppressive, and we're going to call another timeout. I mean, they're just being read there. There was so much resistance in mid. I think they had 2 to 3 people fighting that. And so when almost all 5 people are flooding into mid and they're met with resistance as well as met with better guns, it's so hard to fight that, and they just didn't let it go. They continued to fight it. They stayed in those smokes rather than backing up and trying to hit somewhere else, which I feel like is their issue, is sometimes if you're met with resistance, you just have to pivot.
Yeah, and what we're saying on the scoreboard here is LTK and Frozen kind of leading the leaderboard on Pratt's side, and those 2 players have been really in control of mid this entire time. That Astra, LTK sitting up on top of mid, and Frozen kind of taking a shorter path, trying to cinch off, and it's been playing out very well for them. They just keep getting those picks, and it is showing in this leaderboard.
I mean, I would really like to see a full hit onto A from Pine Sky being able to dash in there. We've seen how dominant he is, but I feel like in mid space, he's so vulnerable. And I think that's the issue is, I think if they set up good smokes and a wall from Viper onto that A site, they could maybe have a better hit. But it looks like this is going to be red here as 3 are going to opt to have an aggressive push towards the attacker spawn from Pratt.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be very interesting to see how Pratt and Kansas State reacts.
Oh, Corner Ginger going to be able to punish it, though. TKM falling early. Corner Ginger dangerously, though. They're not giving up this space, and Frozen is going to punish the push, but Ashman is there. The trades are there, and now it's a 2v4. So now they're going to get onto this site. Corner Ginger, I think it's more of a 2v3.1 once more. LTK has been the shooter, has been the clutch master. Gonna be seen by that dart. It's gonna set up this concuss. Nothing's gonna hit though. I mean, it's still doable, it's still winnable. Scoots is vulnerable here. And when this wall goes down, chaos will ensue. AKZ with 1, but Ashman again with these trades. He's there for his teammates. Beautiful work. LTK again. The clutch was... Oh! That shot was crispy.
Crispy 1 tap to cinch Ashman a 4K. Kansas State winning that round. The tides look to be turning. Kansas State able to buy up almost yet again. And what? Actually... we could see from Frozen an off buy. This is going to be very interesting to see. And TKM with the Sheriff. So TKM kind of taking a hit on the weaponry here to get Frozen and op. So this would be very interesting to see how Pratt can deal with this.
Hunter's Fury invested as well as the overdrive going out for Pie Sky. Gonna get that first pick. TKM falling. That's one of the integral duelists. Gonna also take out Ari before falling to LTK. Corner Ginger popping that Viper's Pit. Scoot's gonna play outside of it. That op is gonna be sounded, but nothing for Scoots to punish. And the plant is finally down. That's a little bit of time to give Pratt the upper hand in retaking the site. They have plenty of time here, but AKZ with the backstab. Jaspin just not aware. Frozen here playing outside the smoke. It's a 2v3 retake right now, but the Viper's Pit is good. Gonna find one. LTK with the shorty though, and it's a 4K for LTK, and it's gonna bring them to match point.
Yeah, Kendo State really needs to start playing this a little bit more carefully. They did use quite a few ults there, mainly the Viper's Pit and the Neon Overdrive.
You say me to start, but we're at match point. I mean, the adjustments should have been made a lot earlier.
Definitely. Yeah, K-State will need to win 5 rounds in a row to be able to bring it into overtime. But Kansas State lacking on the economy here. Can only buy 3 rifles and 2 sheriffs.
Yeah, I mean, Frozen 1-score with this operator. I mean, no matter if it hits or not, the operator is so oppressive that it takes space just from the shots ringing out.
Absolutely. And Frozen here, watching B. Luckily, Kansas State not in a line of fire.
Yeah, I mean, they're opting to, again, take that A site, which it worked well. It was just the defense part of the site that was hard for them, and now with the Astra Smoke gonna delay that. Concuss gonna be invested as well as that dart. Corner Ginger with a deagle. Nice 2 picks for KSU. Pine Sky with the gun of their own gonna try and do some damage. It's a 3v5 convergent paths being hovered right now. Spike is planted. This could be the round for KSU to bring them back into convergent paths. Invested, but LCK just gonna shut that one down. Nothing hitting the op, ringing out Pine Sky, as well as this overdrive gonna be invested. Pine Sky shutting that one down. So many ults invested on both sides. Pine Sky vulnerable now from this. AKZ gonna get that kill onto Pine Sky. Now I would say 2v2.
Toxins going up.
One enemy remaining.
It's gonna be that Hunter's Fury invested to secure them the round, but Corner Ginger with the shots.
Yeah, very good play from Kansas State here. Just getting that bomb down and trying to play carefully, trying to stall the bomb as long as possible, because it doesn't matter if they kill all of Pratt, as long as they can let that bomb go off, then they win.
Yeah, I mean, this is match point. It is do or die. Map 2 as well. If KSU can't pull this one off, they're out of the game.
Yeah, for Kansas State, being able to take that operator out of play is very much in their favor.
We've seen early Viper's Pit from AKZ invested to deny anything in this B main area. Gonna drone through it, but I really don't like this. I feel like we should pivot, but see how they're stacked? I mean, they're ready for these rotates in the mid space as well. They're gonna dash on the site outside of it. Concuss gonna be out, but I mean, Scooch is taking so much backside space, but the rotations are already in. They have to get onto the site, otherwise it's gonna fall apart, but this lurk from Scooch might be good. AKZ gonna get one for his troubles. Also aware of Scoots somehow, and I mean, the sprays from Corner Ginger, and that is a 4K for AKZ and the second map.
Yeah. With that leads Pratt to win the match 2-0 against Kansas State varsity.
Yeah, I mean, looking at how things just panned out, we see Corner Ginger at the top of the leaderboard for KSU, but I think it's important to note how integral LTK and Frozen were. I mean, the way that Frozen was able to take so much space working off of the information that they had, but LTK just had that clutch gene.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of 4Ks from LTK was insane, and they really were able to just keep capitalizing on that mid control on those mid
Mhm.
flanks. They really were in control of mid and each site.
Yeah,
With Asha being a very viable and kind of adjustable controller, they were
for
able to just go
sure.
to either site and just win.
I mean, if you think about the way that they were playing, it felt as though the way that Pratt played always had the perfect play to respond to what KSU was doing. When KSU was playing that mid aggression, they were right there. When they wanted to classically, play and just push site normally, they were taking that early aggression and fighting it so hard that the trades were such on it was really uneven, but also nonetheless LTK finding so much value despite the numbers advantage sometimes just shut everything down.
Yeah, and we got to see some very good plays, some very good ideas from Kansas State, but it seemed to be a little bit lacking on the shooting side, and that cost them quite a few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, we're gonna now see Pratt move on to the next bracket, and I'm curious to hear how Wichita State fared against the Rankers. We have one team right now called D Rankers. If you're not up to date, they're more of a pug team. They're not representing any university, but they made it to the uppers. Uh, and they are now playing against the first seed of the tournament. So, will the first seed, Wichita State, be able to shut down these, puggy, I would say kind of ego duelist composition players?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. But the winner of that match will be going up against Pratt.
Yeah, for sure. We're reaching the end game for Heartland Showdown. So don't go anywhere. Everything is culminating to the end of this land. And we'll see who can also endure the trials and tribulations of a 7-hour game day.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as we start getting into the closing hours of this tournament, mentals are going to be shot. People are going to be tired. Everyone's probably gone through their entire roster of plays at least once, maybe twice by now. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens during these finals and what we'll see from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, my predictions are, WSU, I feel like should, classically come out on top. I mean, a one of like the largest and best teams in Kansas is Wichita State. So if you're thinking about, a competitive collegiate team that's been playing together and, they have a coach that is probably paid. And they're also students that are also probably paid to play. A lot of money is going into this team for them to perform well. So I feel like for them to fall to a pug team that only plays Premier together and isn't like an actual competitive team, I feel like would be very telling if they lost to them.
Yeah, that would be an upset of the century, especially here at Heartland. So we will be able to give you some information on that here in a short time.
Yeah, for sure. Until then, guys, don't change your browser. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes. So then we'll be in the finals of Heartland Showdown. It'll be do or die, and we have an $800 prize pool. So a lot of money to be won here. So don't go anywhere.